All right, this is the practice problem video for 7.5 inverse trig functions. So let's start looking at some of these problems here. Let's start with number 1 here. Remember, we always want to start by labeling the sides here. So in terms of this angle here, we have the hypotenuse. The side here is the opposite, and the side that is next to but not the hypotenuse is the adjacent side. Okay, so what we have here is A and H, so we're going to use the cosine of x is equal to A over H, 15 over 31. If you're struggling to remember the order, remember you just have to know. So katoa, and that should help you with that. All right, and then we solve this by just doing the inverse cosine. So we do x is equal to inverse cosine of 15 over 31. And we can use our calculator on that. Let's see. Let's clear this out. Okay. Hit the second key, inverse cosine, 15 over 31. Press enter, and we get 61 degrees. Okay, so x is equal to 61 degrees. All right. The beauty about these problems is really you solve these all the exact same way. So really the trick is just remembering SOHCAHTOA so you know which trig ratio you need to use. That's pretty much it here. So I don't know, I'm gonna go with do another one for you. How about number 6? All right, 6 we're gonna look at this angle. Let's label everything out. This side length here is across from the angle, so this is the opposite side, and to the across from the right angle is our hypotenuse. So it looks like we're going to be using OH. Which one uses OH? That would be so we're going to use the sine of x is equal to, it's O over H, so it's 13 over 50. And so we solve this, right? We can do the whole process out. Inverse sign here, it'll cancel out. You'll just be left with x. Do it to one side, you got to do it to the other side. So we take the inverse sign of 13 over 50. And let's see what we get. Pull up our calculator here. Inverse sine. And what do we got? What was it? 15 or 13 over 50. Press enter. And there we go. We get 15. So x is equal to 15 degrees. Okay, so 1 through 14 are pretty much the same. So if you have any more problems with those, just come see me on the Google Meet or have your advisor call me. But 15, 16, and 17, we need to draw a picture for each situation. So let's go ahead and I'll do a couple of these for you. So number 15, a man standing on a cliff 50 yards above the water spots a boat that is 150 yards out of the water. What is the angle of depression from the man to the boat? Okay, so let's draw a picture here. Here's my cliff. Here's my man. Here's the boat. All right, there's the boat. And let's see, what do we know? The man standing on a cliff 50 feet. So this here is 50 feet. And he spots the boat that is 150 yards out, okay? And let's see, what is the angle of depression? Remember, angle of depression is created by this horizontal. So we are looking for this angle here, but these measurements should be the same. So this should be 150 and this should be 50. So go ahead, label your sides in terms of this angle and solve. 16, a man who climbed 20 feet into a tree shoots an arrow down at a target at the angle of depression of 60 degrees. How far is the target from the base of the tree? All right, so here's my man up here. He's shooting a bow at a target that's down here. And let's see, we know that this is 20 feet and angle of depression would be here, but we know our angle, so this would be 60. So let's see, we need to figure out, this is 20, so we need to figure out how far is the target from the base of the tree. So we need to find this value here. So go ahead and solve for x. So it looks like for 15, you're going to need to use your inverse trig functions. For 16, and we already know our angle of depression, so we're just using our regular trig ratios that we use from 7.4. And 17, a man climbs to the roof of his house. It's 25 feet off the ground. He needs to run a wire to his satellite dish, which is 10 feet from the base of his house. What is the angle of depression? Okay, so let's see. Here's his house. That's 25 feet off the ground. And needs to run a, maybe that's too long. Run a wire that's 10 feet. Angle of depression. Okay, so the angle of depression, again, that's this angle here. So we are going to look kind of at this dashed line, but the measurement should be the same. This is 25, this is 10. So there you go. There's the triangle you're looking for. Label your sides in terms of this angle, right? We have adjacent and opposite. Which one uses O and A? Go ahead, figure it out from there.